What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Sailor Turn Gamer, and we are back in the building, coming at you with another Anthem video. Today's video is going to be a little different when it comes to Anthem. We have finally got a response from the development team through weeks of basically silence, and I wanted to go through and address the update that we got from the developers. And then I also want to talk about some things that we're going to do with the channel as well for the next couple days and for the ongoing future. So this video is going to be a little bit different because we're not going to have any gameplay this time. I just wanted to talk to you guys about this update and give our own little update as well. So yeah, let's roll into that now without an intro as well. So with the update that we got from the developers, it goes on to say, here's an update from Ben, who is the lead producer. Ben Irving, you guys know him very well. And Chad, who is the head of live services on Act 1, the 90-day calendar. I'm just going to try to read this out. I feel like at this point we all just need to talk about the game and just be honest with it. I mean, I've been doing that since day one, and hopefully what we get from this update is them being honest too. So, hey everyone, it's been 10 weeks since the early access release of Anthem. While we have been quiet publicly, we have been hard at work in the background, and we wanted to provide an update on the state of the game. The past 10 weeks, we have learned a lot since the game went live. We have heard a lot of feedback from all of you, and we have been working diligently to improve as many things as we can in short term. We fixed a lot of bugs and made some changes, which we believe will begin to point us in the right direction for the future. That being said, we know there's a long way to go before Anthem becomes the game we all want it to be. So here's where we are today. Alright guys, so that seems to me that they're being honest, saying that the game isn't where it's been. They've been silent because they've been working. It's something that they have been saying to the community. They've been incredibly silent, but when they speak, it's just, hey guys, we're working. So there's a game update 1.1.0. We're going to go through what they spoke about with that, and then we will have a separate game update video that I'll be putting out tomorrow regarding the actual patch notes, and then you guys can look forward to an actual is it worth it review of the Sunken Cell, which I'm going to go out on a limb here and say is probably the highlight of the game update, which is a new stronghold. So you guys can expect a video, and is it worth the video, with me giving my review of the Sunken Cell, and I'm going to go through and I'm going to do it on GM1, GM2, and GM3 difficulty. So I'll be able to give my own honest assessment of how I feel about the mission and its difficulty and the rewards that I get from running it, you know, at least once or twice. So we'll talk about that as well. But with the game update went live today and includes some new content and improvements to the game. So we talked Sunken Cell Stronghold. There is access to the Forge anywhere in the world, which I thought that was already a thing, but okay. The ability to launch a new expedition from the end of an expedition menu without loading into Fort Tarsus, which sounds pretty cool. Makes it a little bit easier to be able to do that. Access the contracts without having to run around and pick them up. That's pretty dope. I want to see them slowly progress that to be some of the ideas that we talked about in the past in some of our Let's Talks, or just make it to where you can access these contracts in free play. I want to check that out as soon as I can to see if that's something that you can do and it's not just Tarsus. There are a bunch of additional fixes and improvements to patch notes for game update 1.10. They put a link to that, so you guys can check that out. And I'm going to check that out as well when I perform our game update review. There's also a live stream later today where we will be showing you the Sunken Cell Stronghold and some of the other improvements in the game update 1.10. So with that, they did a live stream today. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to watch it, but I will be coming out with a video as well on the live stream if I feel as though they answered a reasonable amount of community questions and that they explored some of the information that we were supposed to be getting in the patch. It's due that the patch is already out and the patch notes actually came out all in a day one. They did a live stream, they did a patch note release, they did the patch. It all happened in one day. So with that being the case, if the live stream was not fruitful, I'll probably just use some of the footage when going through for our game update video where we go through and review the patch notes ourselves. That might end up being what happens based on how I feel after watching the live stream. Following this video, I'm going to sit down and watch it, and then I'll make that decision, and expect tons of Anthem content this week, along with even more Dauntless content too. So let's go down. Then they go on to talk about Act 1 calendar. While we have delivered many of the Act 1 features on time, we are not going to hit all the goals in our Act 1 calendar. Well, I guess I could have figured that. Well, we have been prioritizing things like bug fixes, stability, and game flow over the new features of Act 1. We set aside time to work for this, but the reality is there are more things to fix and improve than we planned for. While this is the best thing to do for the game, it means some items from the calendar will be delayed. What that means is that we are not getting any of the content that they are going to list, which they do go on to list those items that are going to be delayed, but we aren't getting any of these particular content items for Act 1 because they want to work on the foundation of the game, which is something that should have been done before the game. But you work with what you have at this point, and I agree. There's no piling on other things to the game when the foundation isn't exactly where it needs to be. So I okay with that as long as they can guarantee that we get actual changes to where we can look at the foundation of the game and say it's worth it. Some of the features that are going to be delayed is the mastery system, guilds, 2 of the legendary missions, weekly stronghold challenges, leaderboards, some free play events, and the cataclysm. That is a lot of stuff. So the foundation of this game better be solid if they're going to be delaying all of these things. Well, can't really argue either. It's supposed to be free content, so kind of is what it is. Let's go on. It continues to say, we want to make sure everything we add to the game has a purpose and fits with our long-term goals. When we have information to share on the items above, we will do so. All right, now they go on to talk about the Cataclysm. It's pretty short, but the Cataclysm is an important addition to the game, and it's currently a big focus for the team. The Cataclysm will bring new challenges and rewards and push the story of Anthem forward. As our work continues, we will share more with you in May. So hopefully we'll get more information about that in May, and once we do find out more about the Cataclysm system and whatever they are willing to tell us, I will fill all of you guys in with a video that you can be sure it will be here on the channel. All right, so that's it for the Cataclysms. They're going to talk about loot. We have heard your concerns around in-game loot. We agree that our loot and progression systems need to be improved, and we are working towards this. We have more information to share. We will really have much to share with us, but a part of that bug fixes, stability, and game flow. Loot is a part of that game flow, so I completely understand that they want to hold out from doing more free play events and cataclysms and stuff like that, seeing that the loot system isn't where it needs to be, along with a lot of other things, and then the apparent issue of there still being bugs within the game. I can understand that. Communication. A lesson we have learned is we have been talking about things too early. There are so many factors that can cause us to pivot on our plans, whether it's bugs and stability issues, players' feedback, or complications with a feature that requires us to take more time to deliver it. Our goal is to tell you about new content and features once the work is closer to being done. True. At the same time, we want to provide more ways to get your feedback and for you to tell us what you think is fun or not fun. To facilitate this, we plan on introducing the player feedback environment and an opportunity to get your feedback before we go live with major features in short term for PC only. So basically what that says is that they're doing a PFE. They're going to be implementing basically just those private servers, just like any other game will do, where they implement some changes that they plan on doing for a future patch. And if you're on PC, you can hop into that second, private server. I'm forgetting the name of it, but you can hop into that secondary server kind of thing, and then you can go there and you can explore any type of things that they put into the game for that particular thing and try it out, test it, give your feedback. And I think it's a good thing. It's a smart move, especially if they want a player feedback, and especially if they want to test things out. Let us know what we think of it and if it's worth having it into the game. I think that's a good idea that they're going to do. So it's nice to know that that's something that's put in place towards bolstering the communication within the game. The very last thing that I wanted to talk about is the closing. That's the last thing that they list as far as these updates. We know you have been waiting for these updates and that you might not be pleased with where they are today. We understand and we respect these perspectives. The only thing we can say is this: we believe in Anthem. We believe the game will be great, but we recognize getting there will take a lot of work. We want to do that, and we want all you to join us on the journey to get there. Thanks for taking the time. Ben and Chad. So, I will leave a link to this actual update from the developer team in the description box below, because there are about 1,500 comments, and I'm sure there are more by the time you guys watch this video. So there are a lot of opinions on this particular update besides mine. And if you guys are curious about any of those opinions, yeah, click on the link below and check it out for yourself. It's a good read. It's fairly short, and I'm happy that I got a chance to read it to be updated on the game. And hopefully if you guys are enjoying the video, you know a little bit more about the roadmap and about the development process for any potential other things that the developers are working on. And hopefully all of us are a little bit more informed. And I just want to lastly cover some of the things that I plan on doing this week and some of the things that I plan on doing a little bit down the road in the future of the channel. So there are some huge things going on with Dauntless. If you guys have been watching our Dauntless videos, then you know. And if you have not, I'm going to talk about that, and then I'll move on to Anthem, the game that we're talking about right now. So with the Dauntless stuff, right? Right now, on the 24th of April, 2019, there will be a Path of the Slayer update, which is the biggest update to Dauntless. You guys are coming to me from Anthem and you never heard of Dauntless. It's another game that we cover. It's free to play. You can try it out. Their biggest update is coming out on Thursday. And with that update, there's going to be so much more in-game content added to the game. They're revamping the intro portion of the game to make it easier for new players to come in. They're revamping a lot of their progression system. I mean, it's really, really great. To be honest, when you look at some of the things that they're doing in Dauntless and you look at the really, really rough start of Anthem, it's like $60 for this, free to play for this. It's a game that's in the monster hunting genre, but if you guys want to know more about it, I got plenty of videos on the channel. Be sure to check them out. As far as Anthem is concerned, with this, I wanted to talk about this right now. And then tomorrow, I'll be doing a patch note, a breakdown of the latest game update. There's also the live stream that they conducted today. I'm going to watch that right after this, and depending on the quality of the live stream, because I had heard some mixed opinions on it. So depending on the quality of the live stream will determine whether or not, if I feel as though it's necessary for you guys to be updated on that, because the last thing I want to do is put out a video with no purpose. So if the live stream has information that I feel as though could be useful and valid, I will update that for you guys. And if not, we're just going to use some of the shots in that live stream for our game update, so you guys can kind of still be a part of that environment. Seeing that the focus of that live stream was to talk about the patch that released today, they put out a lot of information today in a variety of formats, and I want to make sure that everyone is up to date and aware with everything that's basically going on within the game. After that, I actually did get an opportunity to do the new stronghold. I think it's called like the sunken something. Let me double check. It's called the Sunken Cell. I did get an opportunity to do that on GM1, and I kind of got a little bit of an opinion on like how I feel about it. I was running with an interceptor, not my ranger main. I'm going to do it again with my ranger, and I'm actually going to go through and do it on GM1 difficulty, GM2, and GM3 difficulty if possible. Last time I tried to play GM3, I didn't get lucky with the player base. But if I can do all three difficulties, as far as getting a squad together, then I'm going to be releasing a video as well for a new series that I want to do for some of the content within the game. The title, Is It Worth It? And yeah, based off the first time that I ran it on GM1 with an interceptor, I got some thoughts, and I want to gather all those up and put them in that video. So if you guys want to know, is it worth it for any possible new player that haven't got a chance to do that stronghold, or for any other players that maybe have done the stronghold but you haven't done it on GM2 or GM3 or any particular difficulty, I'm going to give my opinions on that particular stronghold for each difficulty tier. So you can look forward to that coming out before the end of the week. Yeah, man, and we got a lot of Anthem content coming along with a lot of Dauntless content. I'm going to be ramping up the live streams as well, and I will be live streaming at twitch.tv/SolarTurnGamer, where we will be live streaming some Dauntless content, especially this weekend and possibly Thursday on the release of the Path of the Slayer update. It's exciting. I can't wait for it. And if you guys are interested and excited for any of the Dauntless stuff that I talked about or any of the Anthem related content that we also discussed, then be sure to keep it here for all things Dauntless, all things Anthem. Also, once we get to 100 subscribers, we'll have access to our own URL and we'll be officially youtube.com/SailorTurnGamer. When that happens, I plan on introducing some more content to the channel in the form of live streams. I want to do live stream walkthroughs, and there is a particular game that I heard about a while back, but I never got a chance to play, and I haven't yet, and I really want to do a live stream walkthrough of that game on the channel after we get to 100 subscribers. So if you guys are looking forward to chilling out with your boy as we play through a fun game, which I hope is fun, I heard good things about it, then that is something to look forward to. Once we get to that point, I will let you guys know what game I am talking about, and we will be live streaming those on the channel. So look forward to some live stream playthroughs as well. I think it should be pretty fun to chill out. The community that exists here, you guys can connect with me, I can connect with you guys, and we can just talk and enjoy. So if you guys are looking forward to that, that's awesome. If you guys have enjoyed this video and you guys got some new news about Anthem and the state of this entire game, as well as the state of our channel, then be sure to give the video a like and a share. It really helps us grow, and it helps more people know the content that we produce here. Also, if you guys just love what we do here at Sailor Turn Gamer, be sure to join the fleet. Hit the sub button. It's very, very easy to do, and it's going to give you prime access in your little news feed for any and everything Sailor Turn Gamer. With that being said, this sailor will be out in the open ocean, and base.